Hi guys, how you doing? My name is Ben from Starlight Reviews, and today, me and Buddy here, we're going to be reviewing the Vax Airlift Steerable Vacuum Cleaner. So without further ado, let's get on with the review. So when the vacuum cleaner first arrived, it was relatively easy to set up. There is a very comprehensive user manual which you get included with the box. It took around about 2 minutes to set up from start to finish, and that was the machine ready to go from there. Now you also get a number of attachments with the vacuum cleaner. This is the first one, and this is the hard floor adapter. So this just fits just onto the underside of the rotating brush bar if you want to use it especially with hard floor surfaces. So that's one of the attachments you get with it. The second is this sort of stair tool, which is also a rotating brush. So when it comes to doing stairs or small areas, you can attach this to a number of different hoses on the vacuum cleaner itself and use that as an extension. Now, before I move on to the rest of them, actually what I want to say with this is that it's a nice little tool because rather than being a static brush, this brush head just at the front in front of you actually rotates. So when you come to do stairs or small areas, you're getting the same power as you would from using the main brush bar but in a handheld unit. So really handy. It made an amazing job on my staircase, so very happy with that. The next one is this static brush tool, which comes with this sort of little brush attachment, but also with a little touch of the button just on the back of that actually switches over. So you can use that either as a hose by itself or just click on the next side of the attachment, and that's that complete. So you've got a couple of different options with this attachment, but handy. And this actually just attaches to the side of the vacuum cleaner. Nice and snug next to the extension cable, which I'll talk about in just a second. So let's move these out of the way for the moment. Sorry buddy, I'm squashing you there. So this is obviously the main vacuum cleaner unit. Now, I've always been a fan of Dysons myself. Ever since owning vacuums, I've always gone with Dyson. I've never really considered any other brands. I don't know why, it's just one of those preferences. Whether you're an Apple or an Android fan, I happen to be with Dyson. But actually, having now used this a few times, I've got to say I'm something of a convert now. So we'll start with the actual body of the vacuum cleaner itself. As you can see, it's an upright bagless vacuum cleaner. And let's start with the first attachment. So it's this wand that releases from the top of the vacuum cleaner itself, and the top of this, you can use it as an extension for this hose. So I can just disconnect this hose here and slip that in just to there, and it clicks in, and then I can use that as an attachment wand. I can put these accessories just on the top here and use it to get to sort of hard to reach places, ceilings, things like that. That just unclips, nice and simple from there, and then this hose just clicks back into place on the side of the cleaner there, and that goes back in like so. Now, it has a really good feature for stairs and things like that, where you can actually detach, by pressing this button, you can detach the entire unit from the base, which means that when you come to vacuum stairs, you don't have to leave this bit at the bottom. You can just take this along with you. It's fairly lightweight, it's got a bit of weight to it, but actually when you're walking upstairs, you can just sit it down on the stairs below the one you're doing. So that's a nice little feature there, because the long extension cable, it's about 9 to 10 meters long. It means that this can get to loads of areas just using one single plug socket rather than having to take the plug out and start moving it around a bit. So that's a nice little feature. Quite enjoyed that on the stairs yesterday. Just going back to the main body, just at the bottom here you have another detachable hose just there. I can't really see a use for this one in particular just because it's so short, but it just means that you can detach that and you can add any of the accessories on at the same time. So I'm just going to click that back into place. And that clicks on nice and secure there. Now the brush bar, just on top of the brush bar, you should be able to recline that. You should just be able to see this movable sliding vent here, and this is to set the vacuum cleaner for different surfaces. So I have mine set to low pile carpet at the moment because I've got mostly low pile carpets in my house, but if you've got any hard surfaces, then you just slide that across and that opens the vent open. So you've got a range of different options there. Now you can actually turn off the brush bar. I don't see a reason why you'd need to use it with the brush bar off, to be honest, but there is a button just on the top of the unit which turns it on and off, so whether or not you want the options to have it going or to stop, but I can't see the reason why you wouldn't need it. So just going to attach this back onto the main unit then. That clicks back on nice and secure there. Now that's not the way to empty the cylinder. The way to empty the cylinder is another button which just takes that cylinder unit off there, and that can just be nice and simply emptied. There is just on the back there just a little button that clicks open, the bottom comes off, and then you can just empty the contents. A little bit dusty. Now one thing I will say about that mechanism is it's not spring loaded, so you do have to use your hand and sort of open the door, let everything fall out. And if you've got one of these, then unfortunately it'll be full of hair and dust. I'm sure you're used to it already if you've got dogs, but you just need to give it a helping hand because the area inside is quite small. All that pet hair, you just need to get 2 fingers in, pull it out, and that will empty the contents. Nice and easy. Moving on, sort of down the Hoover then, on the left hand side, this is where the cable is stored. Now like I said, it is a 10 metre cable, or 9 to 10 metre cable as advertised, so it's got lots of length. Perfect. There is one minor flaw on it, however, and I'll just undo this. One minor flaw is you can just see how low it is there to the main rotating brush, and I found whilst pushing it around, because the cable's so long, that actually sometimes it can just get caught, because it's so low to the ground, it can just get caught in the rotating brush. So what you do need to do is just use your other hand or whip it over your shoulder, keep it nice and taut and away from the rotating brush there, otherwise the Hoover's going to tell you off for doing it. So onto the performance then. Like I said, I'm a bit of an advocate of Dyson technology, but actually I was really surprised by this, and it actually outperformed my own Dyson, which I was really surprised about. It was the suction on the floor. I could tell a visible difference in not only the feel, but sort of the look in the floor, where you see the marks, much like when you mow a lawn, you'll see the sort of strips in the grass. You can see that in the carpet, where this rotating brush is digging right into the short pile carpet and picking up all that sort of dirt and dust. It did a really, really good job, much better than my Dyson. Really happy with the performance, and you can actually physically feel the suction to the short pile carpet whilst you're using it. Now it doesn't make it hard to push around, but you can certainly just feel that difference. I didn't have any parts of the carpet where the carpet was lifting because of it, but it certainly felt like it was doing a much better job than my current Dyson. So another thing I noticed with the performance was the relatively low noise of the unit whilst it's switched on. I was surprised by how quiet it was, to be honest. I was able to hold a coherent conversation whilst using the vacuum cleaner. So it means that if you're going to use it early in the morning or late at night, actually, you're less likely to upset the neighbours by using it. Okay, so now I've got the electricity turned on. I'm going to fire it up now. Do bear in mind that I have got a microphone pointing at me, and it's also pointing at the vacuum cleaner. So if my voice does start to get drowned out, I apologise. You won't be able to get an appreciation of the low noise of this, because obviously I've got my microphone set up to pick up my voice, so we'll see how we get on anyway. So I'm going to fire it up now. And I haven't turned on the rotating brush bar just yet, so if I press this button just on the side, that's now got the brush going. So I'm just going to put my foot on it, move it forward, and that's the brush bar now rotating. Now it's got this sort of pivot movement you'll liken very similar to the Dyson ball technology, where you sort of move around, it swivels, it pivots around, very easy to push, very easy to use, nice and gentle as I'm sort of pushing it back and forward. I can feel that suction giving me a bit of resistance on the carpet there. So I'm going to turn that brush bar off, stick it up, nice simple sort of smooth motion moving from the upright position and back and forward. So I'm just going to turn this rotating brush bar on. So I'm going to pull this one out. And just while I connect this, I'll have it switched off. So that slides nicely in there. There's no sort of attachment to it, it just slides in with force really. There is, if you attach it to the hose, this wand here, then it does obviously click in with that mechanism there. But if you're not using it, it's not too much of a problem. It still stays in there nice and easy. So I'm going to switch it back on. You'll see the rotating brush. You can hear the sound of that. It sounds quite industrial, but the brush is moving really with some real force. So if I wanted to use this on the stairs, it comes with plenty of power in it. And that's good for nice little small areas. Or if you've got one of these little fellas, then actually getting through these other areas, getting to the small areas where you have a lot of dirt or grime is really easy by using this little hand attachment. like I said, perfect for the stairs. So overall then, I'm really happy with this vacuum cleaner. I'm well and truly converted to try other brands rather than just sticking with what I know. The performance of this is absolutely amazing. It really surprised me, as I thought for the relative price of this sort of model, it wouldn't be too great, but actually it's comparable to some of the more expensive models. So a really good investment, and it's worth trying other brands, and this really hasn't let me down. It's fantastic because with dogs like this, with Buddy, he's got long hair and the hair goes absolutely everywhere, so you need a good rugged, a really good rugged vacuum cleaner that's going to do the performance that you need to make sure that little ones of this little fella don't remain embedded in your carpet. So I'm going to give this vacuum cleaner a 5-star review because I love the features, I love the practicality of it. The fact is you can disassemble it, lots of attachments, you don't have to invest in more attachments to get all the sort of performance that you need. Really happy with it. So if you've enjoyed this video, hit that like button or subscribe to the channel to see more videos in the future. Thanks very much for watching.